Hi. Welcome back to Two Kims, One Pod. I'm Peter Kim, one of your hosts.
And I am Unji Kim, your other host.
Thank you for coming back to the pod, you guys. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Sin City, baby.
Ooh.
I just got back from 3 nights in Sin City. Shout out to Jose Molina. I know you're listening and watching. Jose hooked us up with his Airbnbs.
Oh.
And, Jose's a king among kings. And 2 years ago, for Thanksgiving, we went, and he also hooked us up. So thank you again, friend. It's so nice having a friend who is rich. Isn't that?
It truly
Isn't
is.
that just a dream?
To all my rich friends, I thank you. Like without
Thank
your
you.
generosity and like sticking it out with us, like your
Yeah,
poor
the
friends.
poors. Uh-huh.
You know, like relationship wise, like sticking it out, even
Yeah.
though we were never as intense about any of our jobs. The fact that you guys
Work
have
16 hours, and we just play all day and make believe. Like, thank you.
and we see your effort. We see you, and we love your couches. We appreciate your good holiday gifts.
Yes.
We're here for you.
Your expensive caviar. Now, this is the only way I'm going to go back to Vegas from now on. It's so nice to be off the strip in a home in Las Vegas. It felt like Palm Springs, where it was like a house with a pool, a huge kitchen, like 3 bedrooms, bathtubs. Like, it was just gorgeous desert living.
Who are you there
And
with?
when you're our friends Ben and John and Mike and Joe. Mike and Joe, who are one of the folks that I told you was leaving.
Yeah.
Our friends leaving LA. There's an exodus happening. And this trip was one of those like kind of goodbye-ish trips where we're like, hey, we don't want to make it so emotional, but we love spending time with you. Let's all go and like fucking go gamble away some fucking money. And
One last
go watch
hurrah.
Magic Mike.
In Sin
One
City.
last hurrah. Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
the place where that happens.
sad.
Yeah. Wait, where are they going?
Yeah. Back to New York.
Okay.
They're from New York, and Mike grew up in New York, so like he's going back. Family's back there. Joe has family back there, and as gays get older into our 40s, we have to start thinking about like, okay, are we going to adopt? Is there a surrogacy option? Do we even want to become parents and rear kids, or do we want to help rear our nephews and nieces? But I think either way, whether you take on the parenting or you lend yourself to your parent friends or family,
Becoming a
I
part
think
of a
the
tribe.
older we
Right.
get,
Right.
yeah, we're getting a little more like, okay, we see all our other friends doing it, and not just the straights. Like of course the straights do it earlier, but the gays, like as we're getting older, like it becomes like tacky to be like, I'm speaking for myself, above 40, and like at Coachella with like a big belt on, like blue hair, and on Molly, like it's just not the vibe anymore,
For sure.
or even like Puerto Vallarta or like Ibiza or like whatever, like where older kind of gays still party. Like the party gay life is for the youth. The
Right,
poppers
of
on
course.
the dance floor,
Of course.
it's for the blue hairs. It's
Yeah.
for the queer, non-binaries. Like
Different blue hair.
it's okay
Yeah.
for gays of a certain age to kind of move on. And
Yeah, I mean, not even just
away.
but it's also not just
Yeah.
gays. It's, I mean, all like it's not healthy.
It's all people.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you can't be ketamine at 2 a.m. is not for you at
it's not for us. No.
after 35.
And our bodies just can't handle
Yeah,
it. No,
after
we
35,
just
no,
can't.
no. Like you
Yeah.
should. That's not the vibe anymore. And so like, I mean, I would argue that too many gays are domesticating
out here?
themselves. No, domesticating
Oh,
themselves,
oh.
and like, it's like adopting what is it? Straight
Golden
culture
doodles?
straight culture appropriation a little bit. It's just like don't.
Well,
stay
I think
true.
there is some of that straight culture appropriation. It's everywhere. We see it. We grew up with it. Our families are in it. And I think it's mostly our families. And now our chosen families are becoming parents. Whether you call that straight culture or not, breeder culture or whatever, it's happening to everyone around us.
Absolutely.
So you start to acutely feel that you're left behind culturally. you know, either from your own gays or the straight counterparts, or even like whatever. Like the single people are, you know, opting out of being single or and like looking to mingle, really, you know, but being like, I'm cool. I'm gonna chill with my dogs. I got my own life, expendable income. I'm going to Italy every year. Like, meet me in Capri. Like, it's that kind of gay life that's like that I'm trying to graduate into, and I think all my gay friends are graduating from West Hollywood to Capri.
Okay. To Capri.
You know what I mean? That's the jump.
Okay.
At least for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what, or like a lesser version is Palm Springs.
Right.
That's where like silver gays go to like dry up like a raisin,
shrivel,
and, you know,
in the Palm Springs,
and die in the desert.
And as
like
opposed to they're going to Capri, and your straight friends are getting Capri Suns, right? Like they're
Capri Suns for their kids, or you know, wearing culottes and calling it capris, like whatever, you know, like it's our cultures are dividing and shifting, and I see less and less of my contemporary queers just out here living that quote middle class entertainer life.
Yeah.
Also, because of the simple fact that middle class is disappearing. There's not enough work.
There's not enough work. Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, the middle class alone is itself is
alone
disappearing.
is disappearing. Yeah. So we're seeing a lot of this now, and it makes me sad because like I came out here, finally found community. You know, like, you know how hard that is. Like, especially in LA, it was so hard to like find my people, and then for that to start eroding and us having to like ebb into a new community finding situation is just like
the shifting.
It feels like I'm moving,
yeah.
but I'm staying here. You know,
things are changing around you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's a little bit of that.
Getting older is such an
bummer.
insult. Yeah, sometimes like
Yeah,
this,
it
it's just
is.
like it's so
How dare
insulting.
you.
Like it doesn't care that you've done all this work.
No.
It's like
No. It's like, do it again.
yeah, and it's you know it's like it's such a it is because it's like it's like arriving on day of test having studied.
Yeah.
And then
there's no test.
there's no test, or
it's a different subject.
it's a different subject, or it's like
Yeah.
the teacher's like, oh, actually, the test is going to be on chapters we never talked about. It's like
Yeah, and it's in Japanese. So hurry up and learn. So it is that, and it feels a little bit like it's a transition period. So we decided to go to Vegas, and let me tell you, we had a fucking blast.
it's so fun.
We all lost like a respectable amount of money, which is like between $150 to $200.
That's so fun.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's just paying for entertainment, honey. That's an hourly wage. And we went to the Wynn buffet, which I had been dying to go to because, you know, she's a crab leg freak. And let me tell you, I ate my weight in crab legs, both
so
cold
good.
and crab
Hot,
boil
yeah.
style. Yeah, seafood boil style.
I prefer
God, that was
hot.
good. Hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, how much
All that
is
flavor gets
how
in
much
there.
is that buffet?
$85 a person.
That's it.
That's it. I know. It's great.
It's great.
It's really top notch buffet in Vegas. I highly recommend. It was between that and Caesars. Caesars was like 88, like just a little more, but
That's what I had. I had the Caesars.
also very good.
Yeah.
I've had that a couple years ago. I thought the Wynn was slightly a little better because their seafood selection was better.
Sounds
And
like
I tend to be more seafood focused in buffets.
Of course.
I don't care about like the prime rib and like the Wagyu beef shank. Like, I don't care about any of that. Like, that's all like good and dandy.
Give
like,
me 4 seafood towers.
hello.
Give me 4
Give me a
seafood
lobster claw. Give me mussels steamed.
Yes, I want clams. I want this. I want
clams.
I want
Yes.
the shrimps. I want every.
Corn.
Yes. I want a seafood
Yes.
tower for the price of. I want 4 seafood towers for the price of 1, and that's why I'm going to this
Beautiful.
buffet.
You got to go to the Wynn. So we did that, and most importantly, after that, we walked 30 minutes to walk off some of that seafood sweat to the Sahara, and we went to Magic Mike, and it was so. Have you ever been?
No, but like
Jake.
going to see Magic Mike in the theaters was one of the most fun, like movie going experiences of my life. Like,
Have you seen the HBO special, the documentary of like Finding Magic Mike?
no.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Okay.
It's really really good.
Is it about the movies or is it
If you ever
about the making of the stage
the,
production?
the live show. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a stage production. So I saw that and I was like, oh, is it going to be like kind of corny because I already know what's going to happen? Absolutely not. Because the documentary does not show a lot. And there's so many numbers. And there are numbers. Like this felt like old vaudevillian. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
I'm getting shivers.
dancing,
Yes.
singing, choreography.
Yeah. Honey, let's make it a
crowd
spectacle.
work.
People
It wa-
have taken off
it
time
was a
from their.
spectacle.
People have taken off work for this. They pay for
Bachelorette
babysitters.
parties. Yes.
People saved up
Birthday
for this.
parties.
Let's make it a show. Let's make it a guy.
They made
I
it a
don't.
show.
I don't need it. I don't need to be thought provoked. I'm provoked constantly. No. Entertain me. Bring
right.
it on. I love that. I love that.
It
Okay.
was so good. It was so good. The guys were so hot. There was a gay one upstairs with us. I think they told him like the gays are upstairs because there were like 900 women and 4 guys. And we were the only guys. And they came up and slammed their dicks on our faces and like pussy popped on our laps and they loved every single moment of us screaming. And it felt so good to be like in a place that felt safe because
Yes.
A, it's all women.
Yes.
And it's all women screaming about this like fantasy about like female empowerment and feminism, which is through the movies. That's the kind of theme about it. And like male friendship.
Right. Absolutely.
And, yeah. And like that really felt great to just be in a space where like no one felt threatened, you know? And secondly, even when there were men like us, the gays, or like the men on stage, they were all so polite and so sweet. They would like make sure to come up to us, make eye contact, and be like, "Is this okay?" and get consent. And once we gave consent, they would like take our hands, rub it all over their pecs and abs, like go behind, and he made me grab his ass cheeks and like spread them open. Right next to my partner, by the way, and Eric was like cheering, and he was pounding my chest with his dick and balls, where I felt every bulge and berry. Yes, and he like most strip clubs, like you're supposed to put your hands down and not touch.
Right.
They wanted us to feel their muscles and their rippling backs and their tight quads, like. Oh my God! It was
Okay, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is why it doesn't get. That's why Magic Mike as like a franchise is so beloved. Is that it's truly a celebration of masculinity that is not toxic.
Yes,
because
it's so refreshing.
Because it's like it's a celebration of, like you were saying, male friendship. Of men,
yes.
And it's
men
of men, like goddamn men, and it's a celebration
not
of
boys, not dudes, not guys,
men. Like call Gillette. These are men. You know what I mean? And it's such a celebration of it. It's like there's a part of like I think inside of the mainstream, like this idea that feminism and femininity like it does this thing that corrupts everything that is masculine, and it's not. It is truly a takedown of all the toxic parts of it.
Toxicity,
I literally was telling you before we got on that like the greatest, like the silent killer of men is lack of communication and not having these sort of male friendships. And it's like, because that is not actually what is masculine, right? That's toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about.
We shouldn't even call it masculinity. We should just call it toxicity.
Yes.
Or like
being a bitch.
Bitch-assness.
Yes.
Yeah, being a bitch. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I mean, and so like that's never good. Being a little
it's
bitch
closeted
ass
behavior.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
yes,
being
it really is.
Being so celebrating masculinity in this way is like, that shit's Greek, honey. That's like always.
Yeah.
There's
There's something really, really sexy about a man who wants to be celebrated and worshipped by any gender.
Yes.
And that getting that kind of attention from a woman doesn't make you more of a man. It's you wanting that attention for your own body.
Yes.
That makes you a man. You know what I mean? Like, that's what is hot.
It is.
Is that you know you're hot, and you're welcoming the glance of every motherfucking human out there, man, woman, not child, but like old. Well, there was this old lady, like a different blue hair, like you said, like in her 80s. Early 90s, walker, sitting there with like her prettiest blouse on, and she was like and she came because clearly she was with her daughter and her granddaughter, and like they made it a thing.
Of course.
And this
generational,
like,
oh my God, I love it.
Intergenerational feminine positivity. And this guy came up, and he was so hot and so big, and he was like, "May I?" And she was like, "Sure." And he got on top of her, and he was just like grinding on her, and she was screaming. Her glasses were bent backwards. Like, it was so. And
she went cockeyed.
Never had any type of she had never felt something so hard in her life. She's only been around pudding.
Jello.
Jello, honey.
She's rock climbing. She's rock climbing. Like, she's got boulders.
She's on terra firma, honey.
It's a celebration. I mean, like, truly, like, when it's that stuff where, like, that's when Las Vegas can really be such a special place that, like, it provides the space and time where that sort of fantasy is possible.
I want to go back. Everyone, like Mike said the perfect thing when we drove in, and like we got onto the strip. We weren't even on the strip yet. We were just driving towards the Airbnb, and that like warm, balmy desert air filled the car, and you see people out and about, and he was like, "There's sex in the air," and I was like, "Yes. Bitch, there is." Hyper concentrated hormonal energy in Vegas where everybody is coming to let their freak out.
Yes.
And there's something very special and liberating. It's like, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, if you will, like Sin City, blah, blah. It's where you go to be naughty.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that just is a testament to like how pent up our country is usually. Like how puritanical and like fucking tight we are that we have to go to this different zip code to be like, I don't fucking care. My husband can fucking die. I hate George.
I mean, but it's also like because it is a destination that people seek out, and it's this kind of entertainment. There's something so sensual about anticipation and excitement, and that's like part of what it breeds.
Women love that.
Really?
Love anticipation.
I
love delayed gratification. Bitch. That's such a woman thing.
It really, I mean, because there are things like that. I mean, I think part of why New York is also so sexy is that there's a lot of like expectation and excitement. Possibility is in the air. That's why it's also so sexual. But I would argue that in New York, it's much more money is in the air. Like
money is sex.
Yes. Like
money is in the air in Vegas too. There's like, but it's not, that's not what drives it.
No. Like in New York, it's that, and I was never able to like understand what it was. And it wasn't until this like Russian oligarch but this is pre Putin losing his mind. So this is like 2010. Like this Russian oligarch was hanging out with us, and he was just like, I'll never forget. Like there's just like moment we were walking through, maybe Soho, and he just like stopped, inhaled before we got into his like black car limo or whatever, and he was like, I can just like smell the money, and I was like, oh, okay. Like the proximity to it you must feel is like that's what's arousing to you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
not,
right?
Yeah.
But like, absolutely. There's something about that very specific to Vegas, which is also why it makes it such a dangerous place. Like,
yes,
like,
because you could lose yourself. If you don't have good friends or a good foundation, you should not be in Vegas.
No.
Like, if you're teetering mental health wise, avoid Nevada altogether. Bitch, stay in Utah. Okay.
Go to Lake Tahoe. Go to Tahoe.
Visit Colorado.
Yeah. Where the air is thinner. Get it together a little bit. Yeah.
And just to bring it back full circle, like I think that's why staying off the strip at Airbnb, it was so right, because you get a break from it. Because if you stay in the hotels, like you're going from, like, first of all, you're never seeing the outside.
No.
Secondly, you have to pay to go to the pool. Third, you are going from losing money to getting drunk to debauchery to sex to this to cocaine, whatever. And then you're going back into a hotel, going up the elevator to a room full of other people. So you're like around the depressed energy the entire time, where like if you leave the strip, you get to have a break. You get to take a bath. You know what I mean? You get to make eggs in the morning. Like you don't have to like go to the fucking buffet again.
Right.
Or, like,
you pass a
go
Meijer. You're passing a Meijer. You see the gas stations. You see like people. Like it's the same reason why it, like even in LA, you have to like see where people live in these kind of places when it's so divorced from reality.
Yeah.
Because like it's the same. Oh god, it's the same thing with LA. I think because when I was in
Vegas,
it made me was that
similar vibes, and that's what made me like think, can I live in Vegas? Because there are comics that are moving out to Vegas, and especially after the COVID, there's been a big move to like both Texas and Vegas for comics, because the comedy scene is like so right in Vegas. There's a lot of clubs, and there's a lot of just, you know, places to go, and you could go from Vegas airport to any airport, whatever, because everywhere flies to Vegas.
Right.
So that's been a thing that I was like,
what are the clubs in Vegas? Inside of all of the, you're talking about in the casinos?
Yeah, and outside off the strip. There's a bunch of clubs. There's like not just like the big clubs like Comedy Cellar and Laugh Factory, but there's like, you know, Jimmy Kimmel has a club. What's his name from? Brett Garrett has a club.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot, and then there's like gigs, like these variety type gigs. Even there's like a Cirque show that's like a variety show that has like 2 comedian slots in them, and they do 15 minutes each.
Oh.
I know. It's like, so it's like part of the whole like show businessy, like old school show business, like a comic smoking a cigar next to a flamingo girl, next to a magician, you know, it's
right, yeah.
It's different than Hollywood. It's like the
it's vaudeville.
the old like Catskill vibe. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like it is vaudeville.
Yeah.
And in that it feels so like yummy and old school, and like even the Magic Mike show, like the production value was so high that, and every show you see on the Vegas Strip, the production's going to be so fucking high because you have to compete with all these shows.
This is when capitalism is capitalism good
because you have to get the reviews, you have to like steal market share, and the performances were so good that like, sure, it's not stuff that you see every day. Like in LA, you're just like seeing either like comedians showcases or like maybe a funny musical or something like that. But like, people aren't like athletes. These people are like twirling on ropes and fucking doing like high wire acts and like jumping and, you know, like doing somersaults and like just like circus shit, you know, like
because they're freaks, because they're
things that require skill, you know, like
a feat,
years of training.
I'm talking about FEAT, right? Feats of like true like muscle and talent, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a tour de force sort of shit. Like, this is a girl whose mom cared about her and drove her to dance classes for 8 years. She competed.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of Miss Sunny whatevers as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that sort of pageant girl face and body. Like, I mean, I'm obsessed with this.
That's where they end up.
I'm obsessed with it.
It gave me a new... I've been to Vegas maybe, I don't know, over 20 times. But this time, maybe because I'm getting older, like, it just felt more fun. Like, it felt less like... And I don't drink anymore.
Right.
That's a huge difference of experiencing Vegas is... because I was mostly just drunk. And then the next day I would just hair of the dog and fucking go back into it and
Sure.
like, we're at a pool party,
Yeah.
throwing up and all this. But like being an adult in Vegas was very fun because you're like, oh, I'm dipping into culture. I'm dipping into gambling. I could go out and get Korean. There's so many Korean restaurants in Vegas. Like
Really?
insane. Oh yeah. Over like 15, 16 restaurants. And there used to be only that one on the strip called Kimchi.
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
is so disgusting. But now there's all these like different types. Like there's a sundubu place, a fucking like kalguksu place. Like
Yeah, of course.
it's becoming like little Koreatown because Koreans love to gamble.
We do,
So yeah, and there's Korean spas now. Like it's becoming like LA adjacent culturally, and I'm like,
Oh.
okay, maybe. And we went midweek to my Magic Mike, so we got upgraded. Because there were, the seats. We were like all the way in the back, and they gave us like front mezzanine where all the dancers like grinding on the rails. And I was like, okay, this is, I don't know about my whole life, but if I were to gig in Vegas, like
Would you-
3-4 months out of the year,
Peter,
I think I could live there.
you could definitely live there. I think you would get
Yeah.
okay.
I could do it. I used to be really against it because I was like, ew, this is so disgusting. Until I left the strip.
I mean,
And I was like, oh, this is real people.
I will also say my tolerance for what I used to as a young person would have called like things and experiences that I would have called quote unquote cheesy. My tolerance for that stuff as I've gotten older has become much higher. Like I like it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I don't want any surprises. I'm done. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, give me exactly what I expect. And if
Yeah.
you're able to do it at a high level, let's go. Like, I can
Vegas is the highest level.
like that.
For
There's a part of it.
performers,
Absolutely, I never
singers,
thought of
dancers, old school.
Also, like to be around showgirls, like with feathers in her hair, and her slit came up to there. Like, I mean, truly,
I know. It's
I love it. You would do really well.
Me too. I think I would. Like I'm not ruling it out. I used to be like, ew, no way. When like comics would leave, I'd be like, yeah, right. But now I'm like, all right, you're getting way more bang for the buck. You're getting like houses twice as big, and if you live in the valley, it's just as fucking hot. So like, what's the difference? You're self-taping everything, and if you need to come in for work, you fly 45 minutes in or drive 4 hours, whatever you want, and like, it's not that big of a deal. So
No.
like, yeah, I'm not saying I'm considering moving, but I'm not as like against it after experiencing it this time. And
What about Santa
Yeah,
Fe?
it was
What about
very
Santa
cool.
Fe? How far is Santa Fe
I
from
love Santa Fe. Oh, it's far.
from
New
LA?
Mexico's far. It's like 16 hours, I think.
But it's like an hour flight.
Yeah, like 2 hours.
How far is from Vegas?
Probably like 6 hours.
Yeah,
Santa Fe is gorgeous.
Santa Fe is
I
gorgeous.
would love to live in Santa Fe if I was retired.
Yeah,
Like if I didn't have any work to do, I would just be out there like fucking collecting turquoise.
right.
Yeah, eating fucking bougie food, getting massages, going to energy vortexes.
Energy vortexes.
Yes.
Really, like, that's really more. I'm like,
Surely.
yeah, that would really be. I mean, just like the sunniness notwithstanding, and like the lack, because there is culture there. You can like
Yeah.
go and happen upon something. There's always like it's like places that like Marfa, like anywhere where like artists are willing to like try and go for something like that gravitate.
Yeah.
Like it is because that's what's boring about the suburbs. That like it's really hard to find anything unexpected. Right, you can't happen upon like in a city. That's what some part of your taxes are paying for. That like you can just be walking by a park and then all of a sudden there's like the city has paid
Concert.
for artists to a concert.
Yeah,
all of a sudden there's
exactly.
a series here. There's a movie playing
That's
somewhere.
what Italy was like. Oh, that's what Italy was. It was just publicly funded culture everywhere. And like proud of it because they're like, this is our shit.
This is it. That's why you turn off the TV, you turn off the phone, you're outside, you're experiencing something.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like it's
I
compelling
know.
enough that you as opposed to in the burbs where I think it's a little more you have to pay
go
for
like
everything.
A Cineplex, so
'cause-
you
yes.
gotta, pay for parking and sit at a fucking PF Chang's or whatever. Yeah.
But so this time it's in city, you were like, okay, maybe I can do this. And
Yeah. as LA, and this is also with my friends leaving LA, all
Right.
of that really started to stir all these emotions inside of me, and like really started to feel like if my community leaves LA, like what else is left? So like it's really started to make me, and I'm not making any decisions, but it felt nice to be like, oh, I don't hate this.
Yeah.
Meh. Well, anyway, if you guys are going to Vegas, I highly recommend checking out Magic Mike. It's as corny as you think it is, plus everything more.
Sounds
It's
great.
just high level of skill and talent that it's just horny and corny. How about that? And
That's
if you
us.
do, yeah, that is true. That is To Kim's way. If you do go, please let us know in the comments. And yeah, we love when you guys reach out. By the way, shout out to Gina, who she reached out when I was in New York and was like, oh my God, I'll eat with you next time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reach out next time and see if you're available. But thank you for everyone reaching out and being like, yeah, you're in New York for like 5 seconds. You should do this. You should do that. And I'm like, I want to go back. But I don't have any reason to go back right now. But if I do go back, I'll reach out to you guys and let me know.
Yeah. By the way, how is the Nice Indian Boy stuff coming along? Like the press, and it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's still in theaters, which is crazy because it's week 3. I believe it might be the last weekend. It's going to be in theaters because there's a lot of like big movies coming out, so we'll lose a lot of screens. But it's doing well and people are loving it. And yeah, there's a lot of people who are reaching out being like, oh, it's not in a theater near me, but I drove 2 hours to go see it. Like, yeah, my friend in Washington State drove 2 hours to Seattle to go see it.
Oh my
which
God.
is so amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go this week because there's it's showing at one theater in Chicago.
Yeah.
Two at the 2 AMC's. Like it's the one done.
Go
Yeah,
to whichever. Diamond and Jack went to one.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah. And they said there were a lot of Indian people there, so maybe you'll see it with the diaspora. But I highly recommend you guys watch it in theater because there's something about watching something like this together with people, even if you don't know them. It's special, and if you're gay specifically, you should watch it. I won't say it'll heal you, but it'll help you manage your daddy issues. Because I know you got some, Dave.
It'll help
All right,
you
love
process.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening. We'll tune in next time. Bye.
Bye.